Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What up, though, and welcome to the NFL Roundtable Talks presented by KCB Sports Network with the one, the only, Smoking Jeremy B as your host, and my four good guests that I have here. We have Will Vogel. We have Megan, Aussie 12 Go Cogger. I fixed it. We have Patriots Media, Jordan Edelman. We have the Chicken Nugget King. And, of course, Jamie Malloy. How's everybody doing tonight?
Not too
bad. Doing good.
Back from vacation, so I'm doing okay.
And I have to give a welcome to MDE because he has joined the South Florida Tribune family for writing.
Congratulations, MDE.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, brother.
Great job.
Oh my God, that comment.
Well, Michael, you were the one that let us out. You had the key to the prison, didn't you?
No, that was me.
That was you. Okay, my bad.
I'm the one that let you in. Had to let you out. So, let's get into topic one. We had some re-signings happen. Mac Jones reworks his deal. It gets a $300K roster bonus, and I think it was up to $1.2 million in incentives if he plays enough games as the backup QB in 49ers. What do you think about that news, Will?
You know what? We talked about before the show, Brock Purdy has not played all 17 games yet, and the quarterback room in San Fran, I'm not saying it's the worst. It's just inconsistent. I don't think they're going to be contending this year. And it's good for Mac Jones, but I just don't think the 49ers did enough in the draft and free agency to contend with the with the Rams and the Seahawks. So I'm sorry, but I just don't see anything special happening with the 49ers this year.
All right, Megan, what's your thoughts?
I beg to differ slightly, Will, as a division rival of the Niners. Certainly they haven't done enough, and I'm glad Mac got paid. Wonder where that leaves Brock. Don't really care, to be honest. I think the 49ers will compete, but as always, without having that solid QB, they'll drop off as they've done the last few years. I don't think it's not that they're not going to compete or contend. I think, as you said, with the depth, they won't stick with us in the Rams. But to have them not compete, I don't think so. I'm curious to see, because they of course have the Melbourne game, then I think the third or fourth week they then play us. So I agree with you on the quarterback issue, but I don't agree that they're not going to compete. They're going to give it their all, but yes, you're right, it'll still be the Seahawks and Rams for the West.
All right. Hello, Leon. You have to give me a minute and let my guest finish talking before I can address you. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Give a like, give a sub. We talk football. We talk all sports during the day for Detroit sports if you're into Detroit sports. But there you go, Leon. I said your name.
Sorry.
Jordan, what do you think about that?
I mean, Mac Jones is probably top, 3 backup in the league right now. I mean,
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I mean, he's one of the better backups, at least, top 3 or so backup, maybe even the best backup, depending on your preference. But he could run the offense, and there's not much of a drop off. So I mean, he filled in last year for him and did pretty well. He was like 4-1, I think, last year. So I mean, also you got I think the 49ers will compete this year. I mean, they had a lot of injuries last year, so they made the playoffs too. So I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
the defensive drop off is what I'm talking about. They didn't really add enough on their defense this offseason. They have the depth pieces sealed still, but they lost some of their starters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chicken Nugget, how do you feel about the Mac Jones deal?
That is a great deal for Mac Jones. And like Jordan said, he's one of the, better QBs at QB2, playing pretty well, being a backup and understanding the game pretty key, and he's earned it. He's definitely earned it. And Purdy, he's going to definitely, have to prove himself if he wants to stay healthy and, continue to be QB1 for the 49ers. But there's definitely a regress with that defense over there with the 49ers. They lost other starters, and that can hurt, and that can be very troubling for your team. So, with that being said, they got to fix that defense and line it up a little bit better. Yeah.
Jamie.
It's really good for Mac Jones. He's a respectable guy. Seems like a good guy to deal with. Good, like I said, good backup player. And I think it's a great deal for him considering that Brock Purdy's making all that money, but like Will said, is injury prone and hasn't really played a full 17 games.
All right. So, Leon, as far as basketball, congratulations to the New York Knicks on sweeping the Cavs. I expect that the series between San Antonio and OKC may be done soon because who's up right now, or is it tied 2-2?
It's 3-2 Oklahoma.
3-2 Thunder.
I think they can get it done in Game 6 on the road because they have already won one in San Antonio.
Fair.
So, that being said, we probably are looking at an OKC versus Knicks finals is what I'm thinking, and I don't think New York has the firepower to beat the Knicks. That's just me.
I don't watch
Not a
basketball,
chance.
but not against the Thunder. No.
I think the Thunder, like I said earlier, I think the Thunder sweep the Knicks.
Here's going back to back.
Robbie. Oh, I got to do it. He's here. This guy is a jagoff.
He sees jack wagons and I see him. Good to see you,
Yeah.
Yins.
What's good, Yins?
It's good to see Captain Danny, MDE, and our new viewer, Leon Davis, with us. Welcome.
Welcome.
Our next topic is Derwin James got his extension. That was up in the air, and he finally got it. We're looking at was it 3 years, 75.6? Yep, extension. Great contract for him. That makes him now the highest paid safety in football right now. Yeah. Now, if you remember right, a couple of years ago when Kirby got paid, he was the highest paid one for 2 weeks, and then Kyle Hamilton got paid.
That's right. Yep.
So now it's Derwin James is the newest highest paid safety in football. And I actually think because of the way he is kind of the Brian Branch of that defense. He's a little bit more Kirby Joseph as far as how he defends the ball in the air because he's better at that than Brian Branch is. But he is definitely the Madden hit stick guy in the back of the defense who cleans up the run game, which is why they have been good enough to be, well, didn't they win the division last? No, that was Denver. They got second.
Denver, they just
Denver won the division.
Game. I think they missed it by a game, right? Wasn't it 13-4 for Denver?
Yeah, they did.
5?
They missed it by a game.
They were a few games back. Because remember the Chargers were 10-7 because they had all those injuries.
I'll give him.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And I heard they're talking to Keenan Allen because he haven't submitted his retirement paperwork yet about coming back because they still don't have a valid 2 opposite their 1.
Would Allen come back though? I thought he was pretty set on retiring.
Hey, all I know is what I read.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Yeah,
Jamie,
yes.
what do you think about Derwin James getting paid?
Love that for him. Love Derwin James. I was excited when the Chargers originally drafted him. I mean, he was a defensive back from FSU. He's definitely a character in interviews, but when he's on the field, he's a tough, hard-nosed, old style, hard-hitting safety that I feel like you still should have that even in a even in a league where they throw a lot of flags. You can never have you can never not have a hard-hitting safety on your team.
Exactly. I agree. Chicken Nugget.
LA loves him and he loves LA. It's the perfect match. And he is one bona fide, talented, safety that can go out there and lay the boom. Derwin James is going to be a name that's going to be talked about for many, many years. And he solidified his, status with that franchise. So, it's nothing but love and respect for the guy.
I want to address this one. I don't think they will because Von Miller is up there in age now, and they actually have a solid defensive line and linebacking crew.
Yeah, Nick Bonita.
You'd have to answer that for me, Danny. You'd have to seriously talk me into it for the age.
Jordan, how do you feel about the Derwin James deal?
Like I said, he's one of the best safeties in the. But he's not really. I mean, he's listed as a safety, but he
hits like a linebacker.
Yeah, well, he's listed as a safety, but he's really a nickel now. Like he's really the definition of a nickel. He's the first guy I think that really changed the whole nickel thing. Because remember when I was growing up, it was like you had your boundary corners and you had your slot corner. Now the nickel position is like, hey, you want a safety that can cover, and you want a safety that like your Nick and Warriors and your Kyle Hamiltons. Derwin James was like the first one of that group that changed the position. It was kind of like the slot receiver, like Wes Welker changed the slot receiver. Derwin James changed like these big safeties that can cover and tackle.
Yep, he's the one that made the Viper safety a position.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about. It's not really a nickel; it's the Viper in the box safety.
Yeah, well, it's a corner / safety. Really, it's not really a safety. Right. It's like you're a box. You're really on early downs. You're going to play in the run game, and then on third down, you want to play more obviously as a
and to piggyback off that, Derwin James loved getting that clutch hit on third down. He loves getting clutch hits on the third down.
And separating wide receivers that are going up for the ball. He loves giving them that hit that makes the ball fly out before they get the ground.
Yeah, and I still can't believe he dropped him to draft the 18th. That's so crazy to me.
Megan?
I don't hate it. I just hope it's worth it. I agree with everything that's been said. I thought when I first saw it, it was a little too much by about this much, but the more I read and taking into consideration what everyone said, the more I think it's reasonable. I might say
it's what the market bore for the position.
I was going to say.
And I'm not saying he deserved to be the highest paying safety. I'll never say that.
Right.
But he was going to be in that range.
I don't mind that he's in the range. I guess where my concern comes is that he is the top one. But as I said, I don't hate it. I love that he's, as you said, that hit Madden, hit stick, linebacker type of safety. So I don't hate it. I'm not overjoyed. I'm just glad we didn't have to pay it. But yeah, good luck to him.
Well,
yeah, Derwin's a stud. Derwin James, after a down year in 2023, he's not anymore, his then defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, put him as a nickel, and he totaled 7.5 sacks over the last 2 years. The guy's a stud. The guy's one of the best safeties in the league, and he has a nose for the football, and he gives 100% every play. So good for him. Happy for him, and he's a joy to watch. Whenever the Chargers are on, like Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, or on TV, when I watch their defense, there's one guy I'm watching, and that's Derwin James.
Yep.
I agree. I think it was a great deal for Derwin. It remains to be seen if he continues to play as many games as he does per year, because he averages 15 games a year. So that means he's playing over 85% of the games every year. If he continues that and stays healthy, unlike his sophomore year, because that was the year he got injured and missed some time, then it's a great deal. But if it starts getting to where he's only playing the 10, 11 games a year, I don't think he's worth the money.
What's the duration of that
3
deal?
years.
It
3
is
years.
3 years. So how long? Sorry, just jog my memory because I don't watch the Chargers all that often. How long's he been
8
playing?
years. He's been in the league for 8 years.
He's been playing 8 years
Yeah,
already.
8 years.
So,
Yeah, but
and he was
I
drafted
meant
when
for
he
the
was 21. He's been
I
with the
meant for
Chargers
the
the
Chargers.
entire time. He's
Right,
been with the
okay.
Chargers the
Yeah.
entire time.
That's what I
So
thought.
he was drafted when he was 21, turning 22. So he's 29,
Okay.
turning 30, correct?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Basically, his last
because
year
he
playing.
came out his junior year, he didn't stay for his senior year,
Correct.
if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've just got to see this. We've got breaking news on the owner. Sorry. I'll just go off camera and do that for a sec.
Where'd chicken go? MDE.
Oh, Chicken Nugget dropped out and came back. There he is. Yep, I was exactly right. He was 29 years old, and he turns 30 on August 3rd.
Right before the season.
Yeah, my bad.
starts.
I pressed the wrong button and I got out
It's
for no
okay.
reason.
It happens. It happens. We're good. So on to the next bit of news we got. Lamar Jackson doesn't hold out through OTAs for the first time in 3 years. He's finally going to earn his entire workout paycheck. What do you think about that, Will?
About time. But you know what, Lamar? I think it was vital for him to go to OTAs this year because he's been injury prone lately. But also, he has a new offensive coordinator. He has a new head coach. And he also has 4 new rookie targets to give the ball
between the
to.
running back and the tight end and the 2 wide receivers they drafted.
Yeah, so he has to get acclimated with these guys. And if he didn't go to OTAs, man, the chemistry with the new coach, the new OCs, and these new targets would be way off. So him going to OTAs is going to put in reps, and he's going to get familiarity with these guys by attending OTAs. And it shows veteran leadership because a veteran missing OTAs doesn't look good for a rookie because then they're going to be like, well, if the second string's throwing us the ball, how are we going to get first team reps? It just doesn't look good.
Absolutely. Megan?
As a Lamar fan, I love it. Yes, Will, you're 100% right. And I think also on top of, well, if the vet's not throwing to us, how are we going to get the reps? It's if the vet doesn't have to bother, why do we? So getting into the wrong mindset already. I love it. I got up late this morning and I had that on my phone and I was reading it. It's like he really did and sprayed coffee everywhere because, like you said, it's been 3 years since he did it. I love it. I love that I don't know if he seems more focused this year or if that's how I was reading it. Like, he's like, I want to be there, where the last 3 years it's like, nah, not interested. So I think maybe
3 years was more about him getting paid, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. And I think to Will's point about the new coach and the new players, I think a new outlook for Lamar, perhaps. But I love it as a Ravens fan. I don't broadcast that too often. But also as a
Duality.
I got Lamar,
Duality.
I got the bobblehead on the shelf. But I like the fact that he seems more serious, if you will, as you said, because he's not worried about getting the bag. It's like, okay, I'm showing up. Let's go. So yeah, I love it. Love it.
Kyler Murray showed up for the first day of OTA. Security asked him for credentials. He said he was Kyler fucking Murray. He didn't need creds. Guard called the central and reported a lost toddler at the gate.
I thought it was a lost newborn, Michael. I thought it was a lost neonate, but my mistake.
But I do have an update on Diego Pavia for you.
Mm.
Do you realize that the Blue Bombers of the CFL hold the rights to Diego Pavia? So if they want him, he never gets to take a snap with Baltimore.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, well, he's set for life in the CFL.
How does that work exactly?
He'd work out well in the CFL. Look at Doug Flutie. That's where he got his start.
Look at Johnny Manziel.
No. I get no. That's not the question.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Johnny Manziel, no.
But I do have something funny about that. Johnny Manziel was mentioned. Diego Pavia, his pro comp was Johnny Manziel.
Yes.
Guess who called Diego Pavia just before the Senior Bowl? Johnny Manziel. And he literally told him, put everything you can into every practice and everything you do in the NFL, CFL, UFL, wherever you end up. Because if you don't, you'll end up like me.
So how does it work, though? If the CFL, the Blue Bombers, own him, he can't play for the team he was. How does that work?
If they decide they need him as a quarterback, they own the rights. That means that the NFL contract is null and void this year because he wasn't drafted.
Oh, right. Yes. That's right. Sorry, I thought he was drafted. Right. Yeah. Okay.
No, they signed him to a non-UDFA deal. They actually signed him as the backup to Lamar Jackson because they let Snoop walk out the door.
That's right. Oh, okay.
So think about that. If they decide to take him, they don't have technically a QB2. They have a UDFA QB3.
But would he, in that case, JB, sorry to labor the point, but would he still, even though he's QB3, would he still be backing Lamar, or would someone?
He would have to. He would have to, is what I'm saying, unless they sign a veteran.
Okay. Okay.
Jordan, what do you think about the Lamar news?
I think Lamar needs to show up. One needs to be coach, but he's also coming off a Lamar Jackson down near his worst year of his career. So that's another thing. And he's actually going to a contract year. He only has 1 year left on this.
Oh, come on. A down year. They were a Tyler Luke field goal away from being in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was definitely Lamar's last year.
I know. I'm just playing. I had to say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he coming off a down year, he definitely got more to prove this year. And then, like I said, he's going to a big year. Could be it. If he doesn't work out this year, it could be a last year in Baltimore.
Chicken nugget.
Honestly, I love that for him because OTAs is like, the first day of school all over again for football. And he gets to get used to, a new coach, a new system. And like Will said, he's got some rookie wide receivers that he could work with and get, acclimated within due time. And Lamar Jackson is all about the action. You know what I'm saying? He can put the money to the side, but it's all about balling out at the end of the day and getting your team back into the playoffs, especially after last year, missing out the playoffs due to a missed field goal. I think these guys are going to want to, be motivated to make the playoffs. And as for Diego Pavia, hey, you're set for life in the CFL if the NFL don't work.
Jamie?
I think Lamar was like, I better not hold out. if Diego Pavi is going to be throwing the ball to all my new receivers, so I better come down here and play. But other than that, though, seriously, it's showing that Lamar's got great leadership, and he wants to impress Jesse Manners, the coach, and I think he's focusing more on working on his game this year rather than just getting paid because he's already set for money. And as for Diego Pavia, he'll be set for life playing in the Canadian League if he goes down there starting than just having to worry about can I be an NFL quarterback at 5'10". So
exactly.
You know what?
I think that this is.
You know
I
what?
think this.
Sorry.
What? Go ahead.
It'd be great if they had an episode of quarterbacks next year. There's Diego Pavi, Bryce Young, and Kyler Murray. If we call the episode midgets.
Just a heads up, Jordan. I can't really hear you. Your mic's kind of muffled, but it's
Can you hear me?
okay.
You
I
can hear
can
me?
hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, but you're a little muffled.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So, I think this was a great for Lamar to get acquainted with the new playbook, with his new weapons, with his teammates. It shows that he's actually the leader they paid him to be, because he didn't do that last year. He didn't show up till midway through training camp last year. So I think it's him showing a little bit of maturity finally in the NFL. Megan?
Quick question. Would he have been told by someone on high that he had to be there? Meaning a coach?
No, he's never been told he had to be there.
Okay, because I was just thinking, did someone get in his ear and say, you need to be there because you haven't been the last 3 years? But yeah, okay.
No, he probably is just
Diego measured out at 5'9" and 3/4 at the combine.
Oh, you're not going to give him the quarter to make it?
No.
Make it a round number?
No.
Can you hear me now?
but see, the thing is, in order to really have the maturity, you have to showcase your leadership, and Lamar Jackson's doing that the right way.
Right.
No, but what I meant, Nugget, is he hadn't done it for 3 years because he was holding out to be paid. Why
but he got
this
paid
year
2
did
years
someone
ago, and he still did it last year to have a vacation
No, that's my
with his
point.
family.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my point. But what I was wondering is why the change this year. Did someone get in his ear? Okay, they didn't, but that's
You shouldn't have to have someone tell him.
No, that's what I'm also thinking. Well,
That's
but
why I
the
said it. That's why I said what I said. It's showing maturity on his part.
Yeah.
That being said, we do have some news out of college which does affect the NFL because the supplemental draft is coming up. Brennan Sorsby, the quarterback that got caught gambling at Texas Tech, was denied coming back for his 6th year of eligibility by the NCAA, as he should have been for gambling on college football. Therefore, he will be entering the supplemental draft.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
there's some breaking news for you.
Don't insult the Keebler elf, Yins.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. We got the Keebler elf. We got the midget down in Carolina, Bryce Young, and now we've got an Oompa Loompa.
Well, did you hear what I said?
We're almost to the whole Willy Wonka factory.
See, what I'll say to what you just announced, Jeremy, is that it's a thumbs down for gambling.
It is a thumbs down for gambling,
Now,
and I doubt anybody that's had trouble with gamblers on their team will draft him in the supplemental draft, is what I was getting at. There is 9 teams that's been nailed. Oh, we have a Willy Wonka. You didn't know that there's a Willy Wonka in the NFL? It's Jared Goff. Him and his wife went as Willy Wonka, and she went as the one girl that got blowed up to look like a
Violet Beauregard.
Yeah.
Violet Beauregard.
No, not the one that blew up like a blueberry. She's right. Veruca Salt, the one that Dirty South. We got Marky Mark and his funky bunch in here from On the Go.
Oh,
what's up? What's up, Dirty South?
Oh gosh, Violet Beauregard.
No,
this-
not Violet.
No,
not
Veruca,
her.
you
What
said
was
it
her
right.
name? I
You
know
said it
it.
right. Veruca, the one that's saying, I want it now.
I
You're
want,
right.
I want the squirrel. Yeah, that's Veruca. It's Veruca.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny that that's the name of an indie band, too.
It is. Yes, named for
I
the
know
character.
because they were at Lollapalooza in Tampa Bay when I was down there back in 98.
That's right. They were. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Ah. Yes. Sounds
Yes.
much better.
Much better.
Did you guys hear what I said earlier?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
you were
heard.
just muffled a little.
Okay,
Like
because
I-
I
so
didn't
many-
sound
We were
much.
able to hear you, but it was muffled enough that I was about to ask
Okay.
you if you had a certain male appendage near your mouth.
Okay.
That's why Jamie's no. I was going to say that's why Jamie's looking down, but I won't.
I'm just
wow.
playing anyways, and he knows
Yeah,
it.
love you, Jamie. Love you for
Love
it.
you
You
too,
know that,
Maggie.
darling.
Anyways, we do have more news. It came out today that Travis Kelce has bought a share of the Cleveland Guardians. That's why
Why?
you see Progressive
Just
Field
wait.
and Arrowhead on the thing. Why? It's much the same reason that Gloria Estefan bought 5% of every professional team in Miami. It's printing money for the rest of your life.
A retirement plan. But he's marrying Taylor Swift and he's not short of money himself, is what I'm. Hey, Nick.
We talked about Mac Jones getting paid. We talked about Derwin James getting paid. We talked about Lamar returning to OTAs. And we're now talking about Travis Kelce buying a share of the Guardians. I believe it is exactly a 5% share. Jamie, what do you think of that?
It's I got to applaud him for it. He's
Smoking dad. I had to say it.
I'm actually proud of him. He's had a good career. As much as Bills fans, he's been a thorn in the side of the Bills. He's a a character. All right, he draws numbers. I think he's got a good thing marrying Taylor Swift, and especially because both of them, they went through so many they went through so many frogs before they found their each other, so meaning dates. And but I think, hey, this is a cool thing to see. You see it's happening with the Raiders. Like I said, Mark Davis is slowly trying to sell off the team to another owner because he's being pressured to, and so Tom Brady is buying a thing of the
Nick, please hold the
Raiders.
questions until in between after everybody had a chance to talk about this subject.
But Nick, I
Chicken
do
Nug-
love those, by the way. I will answer that though, Nick, because I am a Bills fan. I
Oh.
do love the heated panel walls, but
Okay.
We'll move
Yeah, I will ask it again in between. But
Yeah.
Chicken Nugget, what do you think about what Travis Kelce is doing, setting up his future?
While he's at it, he should buy the Cleveland Browns.
he's from Ohio.
No, he's not gonna waste
You know,
money.
they should put
No,
up.
he's not
they should
wasting coin
put
on
up-
it.
They should put up at least some real estate for the guy. I mean, he would be the king of Cleveland, along with Taylor Swift being the queen of that city. But it's a good thing for him. He's a hometown kid from Cleveland, and he's already at the tail light of his career. He's already succeeded being a Super Bowl champion. I mean, what more could you get? I mean, the guy is definitely doing successful things. Big ups to Kelce.
Jordan?
Travis Kelce's actually from Cincinnati, but both outside. He went to Cincinnati. But
Yeah.
Travis Kelce needs to retire. Let's just be honest.
Yep. I think it's brilliant. But Megan, what do you think?
I can understand setting up for a future, but he already has. I mean, he's not. I guess it's the retirement plan, the superannuation. But I think, look, if he I don't mind people, sports stars going in for their favorite teams. If I could, I would.
I'll add my take on it because it's a different take than that because I understand about the Taylor Swift angle because they're getting major. But, Will, what do you think of it?
Good for him. Happy for him. Smart investment. The guy's from Cleveland Heights. He's from that area. He knows the area. He grew up watching this team. He also, it's also funny because his teammate and quarterback who he catches passes from, Patrick Mahomes, has a minority share. He has minority ownership in the Kansas City Royals.
That's right. Yes.
So
That's true. That's exactly
I'm going
true.
to say why this is brilliant. Because if there is a prenup between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, this will be protected income for him in case of a divorce because we all know about her relationship past and how bad they fail. So this protects him and gives him an income just in case that fails.
Good point. I didn't even consider that. Yeah. That
Indeed.
makes even more sense.
That 5% plus his podcast is all separate from what Taylor Swift makes.
No, you had it right the first time.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Taylor Swift.
You had it right the first time, my dear.
Hey,
And I was wrong.
the best thing about Ohio was
I
leaving
don't know,
it.
Yins. I've never been to Ohio, but I'll take your word for it.
So I think it's now we're up to the biggest viral fake news of the off season. NFL dropping Adam Farrell NFL on Instagram said that Odell Beckham Jr. had filed bankruptcy. I actually looked into it. There has been no paperwork filed. He is not bankrupt. His net worth is still about $45 million right now. So what he wanted to make people aware of, and the reason why he went viral himself, is he says, you know how I've made $100 million in my career? By the time I paid agents, taxes, all the jock tax and everything else, I was lucky to walk out with half the money. That's why he only has $45 million as a net worth. They have not taken his cars. He has not been foreclosed upon. And he's also trying to get back in the NFL. I think this was a way, because both of those guys are from New York, to steer the New York Giants away from giving him a 1-year contract. And to go piggyback off of this, do you guys know what the top 10 bankrupt athletes out of the NFL are?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Number 1,
No,
or number 10 is Clinton Portis. He is at negative $43 million. Bankruptcy was in 2015. What happened? He lost millions to fraudulent financial advisors, bad investments, RIS debt, and Portis nearly confronted one of the advisors with a gun. That's how bad the betrayal was. Vince Young is at number 9, tied with Clinton Portis at negative $45 million in 2014, a year earlier. Overspending, famously spent $5,000 a week at Cheesecake Factory. Predatory loans and a short NFL career. Young is now a cautionary tale used in NFL rookie financial training.
I like cheesecake, but not $5,000 worth of cheesecake a week.
Warren Sapp, his bankruptcy happened in 2012. Good call, Yinzer. He's next on the list.
Yins.
Between real estate crash, child support obligations, and failed Bitcoin investments, he is now up to negative $82 million in debt. Terrell Owens, 2012 financial collapse, child support payments, bad financial advisors, failed investments. T.O. went from an NFL icon to struggling financially within a few years of retirement. He's at negative $85 million. Bernie Kosar, and the reason why he's number 6 is because of how far it went back. He went bankrupt in 2009. Real estate collapse, failed restaurants, and he supported all his family and friends who did not return the favor when he went bankrupt. He's 20 million behind still. At one point, he was 120 million behind. Travis Henry, 2009, fathered 11 children with 10 different women. The child support debt, legal issues, and Henry's financial obligations overwhelmed his NFL earnings. He's at negative 20. He was up there with Bernie Kosar and how far behind he was. DeMarcus Russell.
Oh, big surprise.
Negative 39 million. Not formally filed, but financially collapsed. Poor spending habits, lawsuits, failed comeback attempts. Russell burned through one of the biggest rookie contracts in NFL history. Johnny Manziel. He is now at negative 8 million despite his parents' oil money. Bankruptcy in 2024, Chapter 11. Lifestyle spending, legal issues, no long-term NFL career. Manziel filing listed 1.1 million in assets and 1.5 million in debt. Darren McFadden, career earnings 50 million, not filed but sued his financial manager. Lost 15 million to a fraudulent advisor. Bad investments. McFadden's is the case as one of the worst advisor betrayals in NFL history. And number one, at negative 130 million, bankruptcy in 2008. Michael Vick, the dogfighting legal case, the lost endorsements, owed $17.6 million to creditors. Vick is the largest confirmed bankruptcy by an NFL player. The common threads: bad financial advisors, overspending, short earning windows, child support obligations, failed business ventures, legal struggle, and the lack of financial education.
I was gonna say, don't rookies, and I have no idea how they're like introduced after that they get drafted. Don't teams have an obligation?
They do. That's why it all started right after that. The first one that did the rookie symposium to try to teach people about it was Chris Carter. You remember he used to do the rookie symposium prior to the draft at the combine. That's where it should start. We should also start having them actually get legit financial advisors supported by the NFL. I think that's the biggest problem.
If I'm thinking, if I'm a 21-year-old kid, I get, $5 million for the rookie or whatever a rookie contract's worth at age 21. Hell yeah, I'm burning through that, buying the cars, the houses and whatnot. But what gets me, because you kept saying financial, ill advice, fraudulent advice, shouldn't that, to me, and maybe this is my educational mindset, is if they had some training or what to look out for on a fraudulent advisor or something to say, hey, this guy's a red flag, don't sign with him or don't give him your money. Like, is that just me? Or
I love this comment by MD. The NFL puts on a symposium every year to any player that may be drafted every year, but with NIL now,
Yes.
It's worse than that. Kids think that money will never, ever, never end. It is a spigot of gold. 100%. That is why I said that the NCAA should put a cap on the amount of NIL money they receive while in college. I said it should be enough to cover all semester expenses, their food, and any travel incurred while with their teams and playing in school. And anything that's over that should be put into a trust fund to mature when they graduate or if they leave early for the NFL. I think that would be a much smarter plan. I think it would behoove the students to actually learn how to budget their damn money.
Yep.
Does anybody disagree with that statement?
I don't, because when the
Go ahead, Megan.
when the
Megan.
NIL came in, that was my first concern, was these kids, like I said, 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever, get millions of dollars. And like I said, if I was a 21-year-old with 5 million or whatever million in my hand, first thing I'm doing is blowing it and worrying about the consequences later. And I think, as I said, I have an educational mindset. So if you don't teach them, they're going to get into bad habits.
So
Yeah.
here's something they could even do better. You automatically know how much it is approximately per month that they'll need as a stipend out of whatever they're given in NIL.
Give them an
right?
allowance.
You make that as an allowance that they get monthly. At the everything that's left over, you can stretch it out and say a minimum of 3 years right up front. That way, all they
Absolutely.
owe is for their senior year if they go back, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
At that
Correct.
point, you put all of that extra NIL money into what's called a mutual money marketing account, which has a guaranteed monthly yield.
Mm.
That way, their money is growing the entire time they're in, and they
Yeah.
have more money than they were given when they get out.
But then again, though, JB, I like that idea. But then if they're given a lump sum when they leave, don't they
will-
still blow it?
I think they will be smarter because they learn to budget their money while they're attending college, is what I'm getting at. It will give them a different mindset than they're printing money. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I don't know that a lot of young people, and maybe I'm, as an older
I'm
person.
saying if you only give them enough money for that, and that's all they have, and that means you take away scholarships at that point for all NIL paid players. They pay for their school out of pocket.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I'm just thinking of the practical. I'm not saying they wouldn't do it. I'm just thinking of all the
Because
21.
if you're from the state of Michigan, you get to go to Michigan and Michigan State for cheaper, or any of the colleges. If you're
Right.
from out of state, you're taxed at a higher rate
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
college. And that's the way it should be. You should have to pay more if you're not from the state your
Yeah,
college is in.
That's fair. Yeah, completely. And maybe I'm a little ageist saying
You're
I don't know.
being a little ageist. I'm trying to be forward and
No.
progressive
I
thinking.
just think I like the idea of it, though. I like the idea of an allowance because when I was in the States hearing the NIL money that USC players were getting, it was like blowing my mind. And I can't remember who said it, but who needs a Mercedes at college? Was it
Right.
Michael said
Michael just said
Michael?
it.
Yeah, I think I was going to say
Jamie?
Linda, but yeah.
Jamie, what's your take on what I said?
Yeah, I think NIL's, like I said, NIL's going to be 5 years. July 1st. I was for it, initially, because, I was for it initially because, like I said, if the coaches don't work, if basically the coaches don't work for free, then the players shouldn't. They should be paid because in this country, nobody wants to work for free. But then when I saw that, I think we do complain. We complain about how much, how the NFL has too many guardrails for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, we're also complaining that college has nothing or too little. So college is on the way opposite end of the spectrum of
Right.
the NFL.
And now you're seeing in that college spectrum how much it affects the mid-major colleges and the lesser schools that don't have that NIL money.
Right.
Now, look at Michigan State right now. Did you hear what they're doing? They are trying to sell the rights to the naming of Spartan Stadium for the first time in the history of Michigan State Spartan University history since 1859. Do you know what that means? They're going to use that for NIL money so they can start having better recruiting classes because they cannot compete with Michigan in the Big Ten in their own state. All they're getting is like maybe the occasional 4-star recruit and mostly 3- and 2-star recruits. You can't compete with that when the place 45 minutes down the road is getting 5- and 4-star recruits because they're able to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's a lot of money to hand a young kid and expect them to know straight away what to do with it.
That's
So I
why
like the
that's why I said a stipend. If they're on a scholarship, you limit it to $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
That gives them $1,250 a week. If you can't live off of that, you're not going to live off your money in the NFL.
Yeah, yeah. But I like the idea of the symposium and some training, like some solid training and the
They've
consequences.
been doing that since basically that last one, which was in 2008, the Michael Vick thing. I think that's when Chris Carter started doing that. He was
Is it
the
compulsory
earliest.
attendance, though?
Yes, they have to attend.
Oh,
The
okay.
rookie symposium is imposed on every kid that could be drafted. So, in other words, all 592 people that
Good.
attend the three different types of combines and have a chance to be drafted, because that's how many prospects you see every
Yep.
year. It's about
Yep.
592. There's only half of those that get drafted.
Yep.
And then another third of them possibly that get signed as UDFAs.
Mhm.
So that puts you at about 400 kids out of that. That means every year there's 200 kids that don't get drafted. And there's more than that that don't even get invited to be a
Yeah.
part of the combines or the draft.
So just jog my memory quickly before we move on, JB. If you're not invited to the combine, you can still be drafted somehow,
Yes.
can't you?
Yes,
So
because there's pro days at every college and scouts go to every pro day.
yeah. So if you're not invited to the combine where the symposium is, do you still have the symposium?
It's for everybody that can be drafted.
Oh, can be. Sorry, I misheard you. Sorry. Yeah.
Everybody that can be drafted. In other words, all 592 people listed as a prospect went to the rookie symposium.
Okay. Sorry, I misheard you. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And yeah, I love the idea of the symposium. So yeah.
Thank God it's mandatory.
Oh yeah.
But the
100%.
problem is trying to get kids to sit through a 3-hour symposium about financial, how to choose an agent, how to be a good NFL player, how to represent the Shield, when it's hard to get kids to even concentrate in high school without looking at their phones trailing social media for teachers.
Exactly.
And I hear this all the time from teacher friends of mine.
Yeah, my brother says the same. He's a teacher. Yeah.
And I'll tell you another one that's bankrupt and nobody realizes it. That's why he's taking all these speaking engagements and doing all the autographs. Mike Tyson is bankrupt. Did you guys know this?
I'm pretty sure I've heard
I'm
that.
pretty sure I had no idea he was, but yeah.
Allen Iverson is bankrupt.
What? Wow.
So if you guys want to watch an interesting documentary, what up, Broski? Is there's an ESPN little documentary. It's called Broke.
I've
Yep.
seen it. Yeah, I've seen it, Will.
Yep. And Terrell Owens, think about this. Wasn't it just 6 years ago he got paid to have a short series on VH1 about his lifestyle?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yep. And what was real sad was in the first round when he rocked Logan Paul. Yep, he's lost $1 billion in gambling, bad gambling debts, spending money on jewelry. This is where Tyson was. Bad investments, bad. Don King took most of his money before he went to prison. As an agent, he was taking 35%.
Yeah. That's why I think, like you said, JB, the education, the problem, as I said, my brother's a teacher and he says the attention span with the phone in their hands is always an issue. But yeah, this is why kids need
What saved Mike Tyson was being a cameo on all 3 Hangovers.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, he would not have had the money to support his lifestyle. And then he took the money from Logan Paul, thinking it was an actual exhibition fight, and he went in there and started boxing. And if you remember right, after he rocked him and knocked him to his knees, because he did knock him down in the first round, Logan Paul clenched him and talked into his ear. He goes, "You better look at your contract between rounds, because if you knock me out, that means you get paid nothing."
Yeah. And he broke his jaw.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul had to have his jaw wired shut from that shot he took in the first round.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad that they
It's
have to
very
fix
sad.
their fights to make them look good. That is why you will never see him fight a current contender.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You notice all he's fought is wannabes and has-beens.
Yes. I wondered that, but that makes sense. I'm not a boxing fan, but I wondered that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I read is Allen Iverson is at negative 50 million. He's swimming in debt right now and facing a possible foreclosure on that mini mansion. So I understand Broski Bear, but I did a research into top 10 athletes, and then I did top 10 in the NFL, and I wanted to bring it up because of the OBJ news. Now, on to something that broke yesterday, and it's been all over, and we already know about it, but the court date was at 2 p.m., and he was exonerated. They did not file any more charges, but he did spend the weekend in jail. Josh Jacobs was arrested on 5 charges of domestic violence, up to and including strangulation. But the video cleared him. And so, Jamie, what do you think about it? Is there still going to be some NFL repercussions? Because anytime there's these domestic violence things, we've seen it, whether they stay arrested or not and beat the thing, they get suspended still. What do you think, Jamie Malloy?
It's hard to say. People still don't trust the NFL over how they handled Ray Rice. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Jacobs. You know, they're damned if they do something and they're damned if they don't, because that Ray Rice thing left a huge scar tissue in a lot of NFL's people's eyes.
Nice. So he will be fine in the future, but right now he's sitting at negative 18 million, Broski Bear. Chicken Nugget, what do you think about the Josh Jacob news?
I think it's terrible. You know, talented player coming from the Green Bay Packers. It's gonna hurt their franchise a little bit, you know, but it's just gonna overall sting on him because it's a bad stain on his name. Overall, it's just not good. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I want to reiterate, he was cleared of charges this afternoon at the hearing, the arraignment hearing. There will be no more charges brought up against him. He's going to be set. He was set free this afternoon. So that means midnight he walks out, because that's what happens to everybody at jail. You walk out at midnight, and it is the walk of shame. What I'm saying is,
And I got a question
Ray Rice was the one they made an example of because of that video where he knocked his wife out. That was like getting hit by Mike Tyson in that video when he hit her so hard. So they made an example out of him, and they had to. I hate the fact that he was blackballed. It was just a 1-year suspension, but nobody talked to him after that. Okay, what's your question, Chicken Nugget?
I mean, due to that, you know, being answered from you, is that, do you see any suspensions coming for Josh Jacobs?
What I'm saying is everybody that's been involved in a domestic violent case since Ray Rice has served 3 to 6 games. I think he'll get the media minimum and possibly appeal it down to 1 game or none at all. I think that's what could happen. But that means for at least that 1 game, up to 3, you could see Marshawn Lloyd, the guy that's only taken 10 snaps in 2 seasons in the NFL and got hurt both times, be their starting running back week 1.
That's pretty possible for the Packers.
So what do you think there, Jordan?
Usually the NFL will do their own little investigation on this kind of thing.
Sorry, Jordan, you muffled again. I
Yeah,
can.
every time you mute and come back, you come back muffled real bad.
Yes, sorry. I'm trouble.
Better
Sorry,
now?
man.
There we go.
I said, yeah, the NFL will do their own investigation on this. They usually kind of take their stuff serious and do their own little investigation. So, I mean, it depends. Obviously, if they figure out he was guilty or whatever, then I think he'll get a big
Real quick, Will's got to go. So go ahead and give your take on this, Will.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, JB. There is probably going to be a suspension. He will probably appeal it. So it's a wait and see to see what the NFL comes about with this whole investigation.
Yeah.
Megan?
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, Will. Take care.
Good night, Will.
Anything like this is not a good look. I know Seattle is very clear that if any player that we're looking to draft or trade has any of this, they will never be a Seahawk. I agree there will be a suspension. Just because you're cleared of a crime, there's still the stain of it, and particularly in domestic violence.
Well,
like you were saying about the other player who no one talked to.
What got him cleared is the fact that there was video evidence. It was nowhere near as bad as they made it out to be. That's why he was cleared.
But what I'm saying though is there's still the stain of you had a
100%.
DV conviction. Okay, you were cleared, but it's still like mud sticks. I don't trust the NFL on things like this though, because I just don't. But I think there will be a suspension, but it's never a good look for a player. Like you said, the fellow who had no one talk to him because he knocked the F out of his wife. Yeah. And I'm not saying that as a woman, I'm saying that generally as well. But
as a man, I will say when I saw that video, I never cringed so hard at a woman being hit in my entire life, because I have never seen a real man hit a woman like that in my life.
Right. And I think also, I am looking through a female lens at it, but I was always told you never raise your hand to anyone unless they hit you first, and then it's game on. But particularly a woman, like you said, that hit, no.
I was always raised until a woman balls up her fists and hits you like a man, you do not hit them.
No, never raise a hand or hit yet. Exactly.
And no matter how angry you are, the only way a woman should be hit is if she said, "Spank me, daddy."
Well, I like to think we can keep that behind the closed bedroom door, because Jordan does not need to hear it, and Jamie definitely doesn't. I'm just saying.
Now you're using Alex Cooper logic to call her daddy.
Hey, listen, you use whatever logic to justify it, Jamie. I don't judge.
Listen.
Go ahead, Chicken Nugget.
Hey, Nugget.
See, listen. Jeremy's gonna let us know what it is and what it ain't. Let's just get that out the way and say that.
I want to know, is this based on empirical evidence and or experience, or a rather large fantasy? That's all I'm asking. Could be any bit of A, B, and C.
All I know, and I'm going to put up a picture now. If this lady told me to spank her daddy, I'm doing it.
Who is that? I mean, it's Princess Leia.
Right. That is Emily the Strange on IG. She is an Instagram model. Instagram. I don't do OnlyFans.
Listen. If she falls over,
Julia Filippo.
If she falls over drunk, she's got automatic. Hang on.
Hey. We don't. We all don't.
Hang on. If she falls over drunk, JB, if she ever falls over drunk, she's safe. She's got automatic airbag. She's good. She'll bounce straight up.
I've also got her as a leprechaun because she did it for St. Patty's Day.
Oh, how the hell is the Shamrocks covering that? That's all I'm asking. I wish
that was so it could be on Instagram without getting flagged as corn.
No, but I didn't know fully. No,
Right,
hang on.
right.
I'm part
That means you're
Irish.
lucky boobs.
Hang on, JB. I'm part Irish, and I never knew
I was trying to delete it.
I didn't know clovers could get that big, but I was clearly mistaken. What a shame.
And yes, SJB, I am going to bring that up. I've been wanting to talk about Trevor Bauer being back in baseball because he should be, because he was cleared of all charges. And after he got out of jail, he went and did time in the Korean Baseball League to rehone his craft and came back. And he has been kind of blackballed by the MLB on getting a starting job. And I think it's a travesty.
Sorry, JB, I've got to keep an eye on the time because I've got to go.
But we are at the end of all the subjects. So what is your final take on the fact that the NFL drop and Adam Farrell at NFL on IG did this to OBJ? Jamie Loy?
Wait, what is my
NFL drop and Adam Farrell at NFL on IG both made it seem like OBJ filed bankruptcy and it's totally unfounded and untrue.
That's pretty much welcome to social media, and everybody has a platform and everybody thinks they're a reporter in 2026 now. So there you go. That's all I gotta say. You put that out there, everybody treats it like it's a gospel, like it's a gospel verse, you know?
Right.
Woo! I mean, you know. Sorry, that was Ric Flair. Anyway,
Megan?
As I said to you off camera,
about the whole OBJ thing?
Yeah, I refuse to read clickbait. I'm very careful because I have been caught. But as Jamie said, this is the world of social media. One person tells you something, and I'm not saying any of us because I like to think we're smarter than that, although Michael, exception to the rule. This is the problem. When I went to university, the first thing we were told when we were writing essays is to fact check everything, at least 5 sources. Right. So I saw that like you did, and I'm like, hang on, that doesn't seem right. So like you do the reading, but I think it's very easy, as we saw with OBJ. One person says it, another person reposts it because, like you said, Jamie, it has to be gospel because that person said it. And
then they expounded on it, is what I'm saying. The second one made it sound even worse.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And then, it's like this tiny snowball at the top of the hill that causes the avalanche by the time it gets to the bottom. I think it's unfair, but you've just got to know. And that's why for Seahawks, I have a list of creator friends of mine that I trust and very rarely go out. NFL is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. And, like the official, but very rarely read clickbait. If I do, I'm fact checking. But it, like you said, Jamie, 100% brother, anyone can be a writer. And I think it was in 1984 or, George Orwell or someone. Oh, no, it was William Randolph Hearst. Never let the facts get in the way of the story. And I think that's what's happened here. Very unfair to OBJ, but glad it's not true.
And chicken nugget.
OBJ and bankruptcy just doesn't mix in the same sentence at all to me. These young players that's coming up in the college game, they're going to have to save their money. They're going to have to watch their money and invest their money in the right things. And in order to stay, afloat in this league, you got to take advice from guys that been there, seen it, done it, and even conquered it. So I hope OBJ does get a chance to play in the league and get an open chance to get back to the Giants, because that's where he was originally, playing at when he first came in the league. And, I just don't like the fact that – oh, hold on. Say that again?
Because you touched on something I wanted to say. the Giants were looking at OBJ, and it kind of disappeared when that news broke over the weekend. And I'm not saying they won't go back to him, but I wanted to see him go there so he could do his last season as a last hurrah and retire where he was drafted.
Yes.
I want to see that too.
And that's the damage, as I said, that can be done by these false rumors. Like you said, the Giants are going, hey, we'll get OBJ, but oh, wait a minute, he's bankrupt, no chance. And that's the reputation.
Here's the big thing. Because it went viral on social media the way it did, seen by millions of people, this means he has a defamation of character case to sue for not only what they made off of the false reports, but also any future profits they could get off of it and have it pulled.
Would OBJ look? I didn't think of that. That's a good point because it is a classic case of defamation.
If I was OBJ, I would.
I absolutely, and I'd go for
I would too. I would too. But Jeremy, question, does this scare him away from playing for the Giants?
No, because those guys are fans that had websites. You know what I'm saying? To try and steer him away. It's fan reported sites on Instagram, not actual NFL sites.
Yeah, not official. That's what I'm saying. You only, if it's got a blue tick, you believe it. If it's a fan site, not so much. That was what I was.
The blue check mark really doesn't mean much anymore. Anybody can get it.
Yeah,
I have one.
Yeah, but I trust you. More than Jamie, but that's not much.
The difference is I'm not faking anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I see the blue...
Just like when I had to disappear for 3.5 months. Everybody asked where I was. I told the truth.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I spent 102 days in jail over child support. That's my crutch. I had to bear it.
No, but I'm saying I'm more inclined to believe, and I'm very distrustful with anything online, but because I know...
I'm sorry, MDE.
No, Michael, you love the forehead, or the forehead, as we all do.
Come on, Mike.
He would never get you for shaming his forehead because you make sure you tell him it's out of love and respect.
Hey, you're only giving me more publicity. Merchandise sales could go through the roof the more you do it, Michael.
Well, they could go through the forehead at least.
I'm gonna have to get a hat, and I'm gonna have to have Jamie name down without the names up there, and take a picture of just his eyebrows up, and
you gotta do that on AI,
forehead, and put it on my AI. Yeah, I gotta do it.
But I didn't think of the defamation angle too.
I'm just saying, that's if it was me,
character assassination.
Because libel is when they put it in print. Slander is when they just say it. Defamation of character is when it's gone public. Correct? Like on a media.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
correct.
If I really wanted to, somebody slandered me at my old job. They tried to tell everybody I worked with that I was in because I was a sexual predator. That's why I went to jail. If that was the case, I would not have been out in 102 days.
No, of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But that's a good point. I didn't even think of it as defamation because it was clearly false.
He's talking about U.S. coin.
I was going to say, I was going to have that. I was going to have that if it was Australian, hence the question.
Yeah. If it was Australian, it'd be worth about 500,000, maybe 550.
500,000, 50 on a good day if you're very lucky. I'm kidding.
I would take that money.
I would take it in pesos.
In 1 million pesos, that means you made $10,000. I wouldn't take it in pesos. It's 10,000. I don't. Hey,
you might dislike the pesos, but it's 10 grand more than I've got it right now. So yeah,
it's let's see.
Now we're just going to go to the calculator.
Yep, it's 9,684 more than I got in my pocket right now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's about that for me too. But I do have to dash. So
Yep.
yeah.
Go ahead and shout out what you do for the Hawks Nest.
Okay, so of course I am over with Brandon Kane on the Hawks Nest. We're sort of in a bit of a lull, as we all are with the off season, but still, Brandon's got a serial of the year of Clint Kubiak that he is acting and writing and editing. Very funny. He's brilliant at that. Also on the NFC West Roundtable on Tuesday nights. I have a lot of fun there. Kicked some head last night, but again, sort of a bit of a lull, but come in and say hello. And I am on all social media. I'm here with JB and the boys doing Dylan's show tonight, 11 p.m. my time. So I hope I'm awake for that. And yeah, I'm on all social media with my tag, the Aussie 12. And yeah.
I'm going to use my psychotic abilities and say I see a nap in your future.
I've got a meeting at 2 p.m. I've got a meeting in about an hour and a half. Otherwise, I will. But possibly after this meeting. But yes, I probably will. I don't like to sleep during the day, but have a migraine, so probably will for a little bit. But thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, Nugget, Will, Michael, for having me.
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah. Oh, no. Wash my mouth out. He's a Pats fan. Love you, Jordan. Love you, Jordan. Yeah. Talk to you all next week. For sure.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And a week from next, we start the AFC and NFC East reviews.
Will you need me for the AFC? I'm happy to be here to listen, but
Yep. I do both of those, AFC and NFC, for East, South, West, and North.
I see. Oh,
in
sorry,
the
I thought it
same
was
week.
a separate one.
I like doing it that way because then we get them done in 4 weeks versus 8.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought it was like NFC. What, like?
So like a half hour, we're going to talk about the NFC East, and then we'll talk a half hour about the AFC East.
Right.
And it's basically just a breakdown. What do you think of their off-season additions, and what do you think their windows of wins are?
Okay, so it's like a prediction show. Oh, I better
that's what we do.
Oh, I better start
every year.
A look.
Yeah, because last year you had to miss it because you had something going on.
Right.
So this year, I would love for you to be a part of it because I think you would do a good enough job.
I very rarely look out of the division, I have to say, so I might need to widen the scope in the next few days. But yeah, I will be there for sure.
All right. Chicken Nugget, shout out your channel, my brother.
Yeah. You know what it is with the kid, man. Chicken Nugget King 313 at Instagram, which is my Instagram out there with Chicken Nugget King 313, CNK 313 Sports on Twitter, and you can find me at Lions Nation Unite. And right here on YouTube, I'm Chicken Nugget King 313 Sports Talk. Make sure you go out there and subscribe. I'm at 387 subscribers just today alone. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, sharing, and even commenting as well. So make sure you go out there and get our LionsNationUnite.com, gear, sweaters, hats, t-shirts, you name it. It's all Lions related right there for you on LionsNationUnite.com. Yeah, you don't want to miss that out, One Pride.
All right. Jamie, with the longest outro in NFL Roundtable Talks history, let her rip.
All right, so you guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on Twitter, X, theforkball.com, and buffalodown.com, where I write about all sports. You guys can also follow me on Driving to the Top Productions every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time as Joe Dallin and I co-host the Subway Conversation Chat, where I talk Yankees. He talks Mets and other baseball news. You can check that out. And then every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. on Driving to the Top Productions, we have Open Sports Mike. And then every Wednesday, it's me, Jeremy, Megan, and the rest of the crew, Chicken Nugget, and on the KCB Huddle Sports Network for our NFL Roundtable Talks. And then every Saturday at 9:30 Eastern Time, it's on the same KCB Huddle Sports Network for some MLB Roundtable Talks. So thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, hit the bell for all notifications. For more content on the KCB Huddle Sports Network, you can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. For all of us here, I'm Jamie Millay, and this has been another I'm Jamie Millay, and we'll see you next Wednesday for more NFL Roundtable Talks here on the KCB Huddle Sports Network. Good night, everybody, and I'll also see you this Saturday for MLB Talks.
And I am your host, Jeremy Bulrick, SJB, also known as Smokin' Jeremy B. I created the KCB Sports Network to bring you all Detroit sports and to cover all NFL and all baseball. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that has helped to make me successful, including my guests, Will Vogel, Jamie Malloy, Megan Aussie-Trell Gokrager, Detroit Dom, Patriots Media, Chicken Nugget King, Brian Arndt. I've had Micro Mike, who's now known as Mike Kimber because he's a part of ESPN Radio locally here in Michigan. I have had Dosa Dion, one of the biggest guys. And, of course, the founder and creator of Detroit Lions on the Prowl, rest in heaven, Jim Bordeaux, who has been a part of making me as big as I've gotten over the years. And now at 717 subscribers as of tonight, we gained 3 more during the show. Check out my writings at the South Florida Tribune and try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here within yourself. Much love to everybody in the chat. MDE, Captain Danny, Megan, your comments, Ginzer, and all of the new subscribers. Thank you very much. And we are out.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.